Previously on Knight's Quest.
Hi, I'm Benith.
I'll fight you, and I will be changing the fabric of the universe more.
There is a deer-like creature on this moss. Eloise gets the kill. A Trujas comes walking up to you, and then he's walking on two legs.
Absolutely bet that Nathan's gonna end this episode with Trujas showing up.
Welcome, everyone, to this episode of Knight's Quest that is going to be airing in the year 2022. This is the first episode of the year. Happy New Year, everybody.
That is weird to think about, yeah. Jeez.
Or whenever you're listening to this. It could be...
No, definitely the
August.
first episode of Knight's Quest in the year 2022 is definitely a Bones Day, for sure. It's going to be a good year.
Are you trying to predict the future of when this comes out? That it's going to be a Bones Day?
That's got to be a Bones Day.
What an incredibly specific reference that is not going to be dated at all in 2 months.
Nope. That pug will outlive us all. Along with the eternal snail.
Okay, see, I'll ask you about that later.
Yep, that's...
I feel like we don't
It'll
have
make
time.
sense in 2022.
I think we definitely have a running joke about the temporal nature of recording things in the past and it airing in the future, but you're hearing it in the present.
Yep.
Because this episode is a gift to you, which is why it's the present.
Yeah. I'm simultaneously talking in the year 2021 and 2022 at the same time.
Schrodinger's podcast.
Think about that.
Sure.
Think about that. Think about that right now. With your
All right,
brains.
Rogan.
Think about it.
You can't see it, but Nathan just took a fat rip off a fake cigarette.
It's supposed to be my
He's
weed.
aggressive about it.
My
What if,
weed
like,
blood.
what if we're in the future, like, right now, dude? Like, if you think about it, though.
We're in all three states of time right now because I'm also in the past for you, but I'm in the future for me, and I'm in the present for both of us.
Do you guys know that there was a Matrix online RPG game, and when the servers finally went down, everybody's character screen had the message "Wake up," and then their character crumpled and died?
Oh my god, what?
Bruh.
Really?
That's too much.
It's kind of ominous, yeah.
Watch this segue. Speaking of games, we've got an update to Knight's Quest, everybody. We got an update.
Call you a European tourist, because that was one hell of a segue. Yeah.
You had that one ready, didn't you? That one was prepared. Because you know I do segues.
Because we always talk about the word segue. We always mention it.
We do. We've made a lot of word jokes.
God, I am
It's called a
so
pun.
genuinely happy whenever I can make Jake's face just crumple in despair.
Like the Matrix servers, yeah.
Talk about a sandwich employee with dyslexia.
What?
What a segue.
Stop. So stupid.
Instead of Subway?
No. That's worse than Sigourney Weaver. So stupid.
Oh my god.
Welcome to Segway, where we have $5 Longfoots.
Stop. Y'all know once I say the word segue, I'm trying to work here. Oh my god. This is honestly, this is the show. It is me trying to move into things.
Well, we wouldn't highlight the word segue if we were trying to have a normal, natural segue.
Yeah, that's my own fault. It's my own fault. No, as I was trying to say before my two great friends.
That tone is creeping in there again.
Yeah.
It's too real. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We have an update to the rules. We have updated the rules to 6.1, which I'm calling the Combat and Experience Update, because apparently you have to name your updates.
Yeah, it's a patch.
Quest 6.1.
It's a patch.
6.1. Yeah.
6.1.
Here we go.
I'm not going to bore you with all the minor rule details that have changed, but I'm going to highlight the big things so that you can follow along at home. The most significant change that we've added to the rules is a health system that we're calling Vitality. Now, I know I'd griped about before about not wanting to have numbers for health because I think that's lame in a storytelling format.
But Nathan's lame now, everyone.
But I've caved. I'm an old man and I've given into pressure. No. Here's the short and sweet of it is...
Nathan, you're the youngest one of us.
True. That's a fact. So how it works is every character will have a maximum vitality, which is going to be somewhere between 5 and 9. Not a big number. And whenever you take damage, it's not just a number, but we are going to write down each individual wound a character takes. So a slash, a stab, a broken arm, a burn. These are all going to be written down so we aren't just taking, I just took damage, but we can see how our character's getting hurt, and we can remember from episode to episode the damage that has been taken, because I know we've forgotten many times in the past. Each number of damage is going to be significant. So if you take a 1 point wound, that's something pretty simple that you could sleep off. That Mending Melody could heal, cuts, bruises, minor burns, easy stuff. 2 point wounds are going to be some more serious stuff. I'm talking broken arms. I'm talking more serious burns or more deeper cuts. These are things that you won't heal. Yeah, go ahead.
Right, I was going to ask if that means like things that can still heal, but not just from chilling out for a day,
Not from pressing wait and clicking 5 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
You will need
exactly
you'll need actual first aid, some actual medicine, maybe even an actual doctor or healer in order to be able to heal that through resting.
Something will have to affect it in order to change the effect.
Sure. We can go with that. And then finally...
That's our grammar lesson for today, yeah.
Yep, there you go, kids. Finally, the 3 point wounds are going to be super severe. These are ones that will leave a permanent impact. So that means it could leave a scar, like that cut leaves a scar forever. It could be something like you lost your arm or your finger. That's not coming back. Or
Nathan,
you got such a big
the arm
concussion
thing before, and I just have to ask: are you planning on chopping somebody's arm off like soon? Like you're just really horny about losing an arm, and I've got all my characters have arms. Is what I'm saying.
I'm just saying this is the category. If that were to happen, where this would go,
right.
Okay,
it would be that. That's what would happen.
Like when a show has a bunch of like dreams and visions and stuff that foreshadow somebody losing their arm, and everyone's just like, "Oh my god, when's it gonna happen?"
As a tricycle. Yeah. Oh, weird. So that's where that would happen, where you could heal the number, like that, your vitality could go back to full, but there will be a narrative character scar that will linger for the rest of the time. So that way add some stakes to our combat, and they could die. They could die.
Right. Just as an example for the scope of these injuries and stuff, I think you mentioned earlier off recording, like something like Mending Melody, that could only bring 1 vitality. That's not going to that's not going to cure the really big important wounds, So that kind of gives you a scope of like how big of a deal the 2 and 3 point injuries would be.
Most weapon attacks are just going to do 1. If we get advantages in combat, then that could bump them up to a 2. If we get triumphs, that's where 3 point damages could happen in an attack. But again, very, very rare, very special. The next change we're adding, again, I'll go over it briefly, is an order to combat. Beforehand, we just kind of went whenever we wanted to, which was fine. But I want to add some, again, more stakes. And with very little health points, whoever goes first is going to be important. And so our order is going to be based off of our speed, which is a stat based off dexterity and fancy feat. Our readiness, which is just a measure of how prepared the character is to fight. So if they're unconscious, it's very low. If they're the ones attacking, they're going to get more. If they're prepared or if they're surprised, that's going to change their readiness level. And then also we might add some moves or magic items that increase people's readiness. So Jonathan's boot of butt kicking gives him some readiness. Katrina might have some moves that helps her react quicker, so she bumps up in the order. So hopefully that'll keep... It's like, for those who play D&D, it'll be our way of doing initiative, but it can change from round to round based on moves, items, and how we use advantages. Could also bump up people or lower people as well. And then the last big change is we're adding an experience point system, kind of. we had realized that we've been having people bump up their stats just kind of whenever we wanted to.
Willy-nilly, if you will.
Watch your tongue. Watch your tongue. We don't use that word here.
Don't invoke that name.
Don't invoke the name of Willy.
We're gonna have to explain this if we talk about it much more.
It's just willy-nilly is a swear word in our books.
Our household.
Watch. Pardon my French.
Right.
Sorry. Jeez, you're making me talk dirty today, Jake. Jeez.
I'm the only one who hasn't actually said it yet because I'm a good boy.
You're good. You're a good boy. Good boy. Rainer would be proud. Anyway, we're adding ways that we can like actually measure when someone's getting closer to experience instead of like, oh, you did one thing, now you're a professional fighter. That doesn't make sense.
Right.
But if people do a couple training montages, if they do a couple really epic story moments, that'll build up these little experience circles that we have in our character sheets, and then they can improve their stats. So again, it's still driven by the story. Right. All of this is to say we want the story to come first, but now we have some rules and things on our character sheets to remind us of the story and to motivate us to reward ourselves for cool story moments for our characters so they do get better. So at the end of the day, we'll be playing it the same way, but you might hear us talk about the word vitality in order and check off an experience bubble or circle.
Chekhov's experience?
Chekhov's experience. Yeah. So those are the major changes to the rules. We tweaked a couple other skills and stuff, but we don't want to talk about that right now. What we do want to talk about right now... you don't have to worry about
the colonel or the lieutenant changes to the sheets.
Gosh dang it.
Oh, general changes?
Major changes.
Guess which three of us is a dad? Who is it? Which one of us is a dad? You never know. Gee, I don't know.
Oh my god.
Maybe we'll find out.
Maybe we'll find out on this episode of Knight's Quest.
It's this episode. We're Knight's Quest. And in this episode, we're in a field of hills covered in this bouncy moss.
Yeah,
where these
that's right.
Beasts called the truchas, or truchai in plural, have just fled as Eloise killed one of them, and one of them decided to saunter right on up to us.
Surprising, literally neither of us.
Surprising no one.
I like to think that our characters were surprised.
Yes,
maybe your
sure.
guys' characters weren't, but mine definitely were.
Mine were, but like Jake in real life, I was like, we're meeting another one of the beasts. We're gonna meet one of the things, aren't we?
Oh yeah.
So let's dive right into the story. I think instantly, Grorg, he's kneeling. He is on his knees. Grilta, as she doesn't go quite as quick, but she also kneels because they're like, oh my goodness, it's one of our gods right here. Abil does not kneel.
Abil kneels for no thing. Eloise quickly like runs over to the one that she killed, and she's like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Am I sorry?
What's Rainer doing?
I guess noticing Grorg would take a second, but I think he'll kneel too, trying his best to recognize that this is a big deal. Trouble does not. He's just baffled, but like not in a scared way. He's just more like, what? Okay, what? Sure.
What's Quiz doing?
Oh, that's a good question. Quiz is a tough one sometimes because, like, I don't want to take the, like, toxic tabletop player thing of just, like, oh, my character is chaotic neutral, so he just does the opposite of whatever anyone else is doing. Because, like, the impulse that comes in my head a lot of times is, like, Quiz just, like, fucks off or continues, but I don't think that makes sense.
Because you know spirits.
Right.
At least Meurgic.
You know what? I think Quiz opens Christopher.
Oh, God.
And like starts walking towards Truchas and like maybe it like attempts to like put him in the bag.
No.
Okay, so this is almost a Trouble Bites Banus moment right here.
Chris is trying to catch Truhas like a Pokemon.
Truhas. Okay.
Oh my god.
I just like I think about Quiz and I think about like his experience with like spirits, and I think he would just like spirits go in things. Like that's
oh my god.
Sure.
No,
yeah.
I get it though.
Yeah. That's good. All right, Truehouse is gonna respond to everything that's happened, and Truehouse is the most elegant out of the three heinous spirits you've met so far.
Right.
Not like and not like the weaving dancers, nothing like that, but definitely walking towards you with poise, some grace, good composure. Their golden antlers are still quite splendid, and they're one of the things that as you look at them, you're not actually quite sure how many points the antler has. It's almost like a fractal kind of thing.
Kind of like that deer thing from Princess Mononoke.
I don't know what that is, but sure.
Okay.
I still haven't seen it.
People who've seen that movie, you'll get that reference and you'll agree with me.
Truhas's face is still very much deer and horse-like. It's not very humanoid.
Okay.
And when Truhas smiles, they do not show their teeth because horses with teeth smiling is creepy.
I would agree.
But Truhas does smile, seeing the display of people kneeling, of seeing Eloise kind of like apologizing, and before Quiz can really get too close, Truhas just kind of holds up his hand, which is a more humanoid hand, not a hoof, kind of asking for Quiz to stop.
It is at this point that Jonathan like realizes what's going on. He's been like looking at his hair in a mirror from the disguise kit and just kind of like checking out the way, and like he just now looks up. Oh jeez, and like falls over.
And Truhas then says more pointedly to Eloise, he says,
"Hey, all right."
That wasn't a joke. It was just a phrase, but sure. He says to Eloise, "You do not need to apologize. This is how it is. This is what you are supposed to do. This brings honor to me and to the Truchai. Is that you hunted us down? Yes.
Interesting.
You are a great hunter. Yes.
Okay.
Eloise like stands up and she's like, yeah. Like she doesn't say anything. She's like, yeah, I'm a great hunter.
Yeah, I totally knew that.
Yeah, I know.
Truhas, she then says to the rest of you, "It is so wonderful to meet all of you. I have heard such great things of this party, of how you defended against Banus and Duchas. Oh, what a wonderful story, yes."
Trouble is very confused by hearing that because
so
he
Jonathan.
remembers how that went down. I think he says, You have?
Oh, yes. Word travels quickly among us spirits. Duchas came up to me quite quickly, very upset about how all of it went down, which, of course, made all of us happy to see him annoyed, yes.
Oh.
He is a troublemaker, yes.
Okay.
So they're like the annoying, like, younger siblings.
Oh, very much so, yes. This is how all the stories go. Duchas does something or tricks Banus into doing something, and then Janus has to save the day under orders of Janus Pentus, and I help him with his journey. I am the helper. And I think Grorg and Grilta are both like nodding. They're like, yeah, that's all the stories. They're very cut, copy and paste. Wow, so cool.
So what are you doing here?
Well, I just happened to be with my Truchai, and I saw you, and I wanted to come over and introduce myself to you all, especially for a new member to the Truchas rank, a human at that.
I find it very interesting that I like that you have one of the vocal tics from Duhas, which is the and like that's still there a little bit, but in a new voice. That's really cool. I like that.
Also, just to stroke your ego a little bit further, I do like how it has a little bit of that like whinnying, like neigh quality of more of like a horse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Eloise like is like holding the antlers, and she like turns to Truchas and she's like, Can I keep these?
Truchas smiles again, not showing teeth, just like a little simple smile. Goes, yes, you may keep the antlers as a token of your achievement, as a trophy of your allegiance in my space.
She's like more to herself than anything, and she's walking back to the group. She's like, I'm gonna make such a cool freaking hairband with these.
Oh, nice.
And then Truchas turns to, I think, just Eloise and Grilta and says, so, you two are the strongest ones amongst this group, then?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh.
That is not what I had heard.
Fair enough.
Oh, what? Wait, hold on. What?
Does someone ask
I think
that?
Grilt is going to need to jump in because Eloise doesn't know what that...
Raynor kind of nudges Eloise, and he's like, the point, the antlers thing. Like, if you kill a... Remember? It was like the higher rank if you kill
No, yeah, I know that, but she said that she was like, she was surprised that we were the strongest ones? Like, that wasn't what she had heard? Like, there were, like, other people that were
I
stronger
can see you are confused.
Oh, my God.
I had heard that
She gestures to Raynor.
this one was the hero, the one who had caused the most grievances to Meurgic.
Oh.
And to Duras as well.
Oh, yeah, I'd say that first part's right for sure. Yeah.
Yes, but I have not been here long, so haven't got around to the Truhas hunting yet.
Yeah, we haven't got
It's on the list.
on the to-do list.
Though.
We'll get to it later. Yeah,
Yeah. Yes.
working on it.
Well, there is no rush, except there is a great one, as I'm sure you're all aware.
I'm sorry, do you want me to like kill a Truhas right now? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, I'm merely just here to help. I was assuming you were preparing for your great battle.
We are. Yes, we are. Yes. That's actually when I think as soon as our party saw Truhas, I think that is something that Raynor started thinking about. We I should have asked you this right away. You're one of the spirits in charge of this country, this jungle, right?
Oh, you flatter me.
Unintentional.
It's not what I was doing, but okay.
Great, cool. Move on.
You might already know this. We know that Meurgic is coming here. He's going to attack the heart of Anima, and you might know better than anyone what to do about that.
I'm gonna do. I feel like I want to roll.
Okay.
I don't. It's not gonna be a difficult one because Trujas is the helper.
Perhaps.
I think camaraderie.
Persuasion or camaraderie.
I think this is straight camaraderie.
Okay.
I did say that thing though about the spirits being all 2, 3, or whatever. So let's go difficulty.
I think it's fine.
Yeah, difficulty 3. But a boost. You guys have been civil. You've been civil to Trujas.
Well, so this is something that I had a question about because I don't think we have a metric for this as it comes to. I'm only using D&D because that's what I have experience with. But when it comes to like an entity or an animal or a person succeeding or failing in like a saving throw, like Raynor rolls his charisma, the other person rolls to save.
Yeah.
People can choose to fail those saving throws, and like Truhas has introduced herself as a helper.
Yes.
So it seems weird that she would like actively deny questions or like not give help.
So Raynor, make this roll. How I'm viewing it as is it's just for me to know how much I'm gonna be spilling some beans right now anyway. It's just how many beans am I gonna spill is really what I'm using this as. How much do we have to work for this?
We have a success, 2 advantages.
Okay, great. Yes.
That's pretty good.
I will.
That's very good.
I'm going to use
actually.
those advantages as I have just some bits of knowledge in preparation for this conversation that I was going to share, and so I'll just share 2
Cool.
more. So you had asked your question basically of, you're in charge of this land, do you know anything about this? And so I will give you some knowledge.
Right.
And Truhas is going to go,
Well, you are quite kind in your asserting my control. It is Janus Pentis who is really in charge of this whole land, and I am merely just a helper in that, as I've said, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. But as far as what I know about your duel with Meurgic, yes, I am aware. Again, there are not many secrets among us spirits. We chat quite a bit, and there's lots of rumors and gossip going around amongst us all, yes. In fact, he had even approached us, Meurgic, had tried to persuade us all to join him, but I was not quite really willing to do that. I'm not a huge fan of all his works, especially.
Wow.
We used to work. I mean, he wants some gossip.
here's first advantage.
Back in the Spirits War, we worked with Meurgic for some time when we were against the writer, but he was so flaky, he would change sides almost every other week. quite unpredictable, that fellow, yes. But anyway, after...
And this is, let's go, this is the second one.
After Heinous Pentis killed the lover, it really did quite put a big scar in our relationship with Meurgic and the writer. But, I'm sorry, that wasn't about your question at all, was it? Sorry, love, I just love I think sharing all that.
Raynor, well, I was gonna say he doesn't look shocked, but I think he kind of does, because he's just frozen for a second, because he has heard a little bit. He knows a little bit about the writer. He's heard a little bit about the lover, and he knows that the lover is a really big deal, and he knows that he's trying to get the Heinous Pentis spirits to help out against Meurgic. So suddenly getting the news that Heinous Pentis killed the lover is kind of a lot to take in, and he's trying to figure out how that all works in his understanding of all the different spirits. And he's just like, okay, cool. Thank you? Yes, thank you for sharing. Okay.
I'm sorry, I tend to gab a little bit. I don't know if that actually does help or not, but it's what I like to do. What type of... Give me a more pointed question, and I might be able to give you more information.
Oh, Trouble pipes up. Are you called gods? Are you called spirits?
Spirits is fine, yes.
Spirits is good? Okay, good to know. He just found that interesting.
Oh, okay.
Just curious. He was curious.
Quiz pipes up and he says, "Are you on the same level of Meurgic? Like, if we're talking like a scale of like strongest to weakest, where do you fall vis-a-vis Meurgic on that scale?"
Pulling up my hierarchy of spirits chart.
Ooh, okay.
I
like that.
That's a great question. I know you have a great...
I think Truehouse was about to say, like, fondness, and then goes,
sorry, that's probably a little too soon. The breakup is probably still quite raw.
Oh my god. Why have so many characters put this in terms of a relationship? It gets weirder every time.
I guess Meurgic is maybe a little bit higher up, but we're in the same bracket.
So, here's the thing. We're going to be fighting Meurgic. Like, that's a definite. That's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know any, like hot gossip or, like secrets about Meurgic that might help us?
Ooh.
Like, fight Meurgic? Do you know where any of, like, and he opens up Christopher on the ground and, like, starts pulling out the book.
Yeah.
And, like, do you know where any more of these are? Because we could use some of these.
I had not heard you found one of those again.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
okay, interesting. This is good.
I really like the framing of that question, bringing together the thing we're worried about, but also her love of gossip.
Yeah, this gossip thing was not something I came into this recording having as a character trait for Truehouse.
I could definitely tell.
An improv trait. But you know what? That makes sense, because Banus was the spirit of babbling, so I think this is just another... It's another form of that.
And I feel like it makes sense with Truehouse being, like, the helper, like, oversharing. Like, trying to give as much information as possible, even if it's not helpful.
Also, now that I think about it, all three of them really do love to just kind of ramble. Like,
What's the connecting thing between all three of those, Jamie?
They're leitmotifs. Okay.
yeah.
I want, again, just whenever... I use dice rolls as my way of saying I don't know what's going to happen, so do a dice roll. So I want Quiz to make some kind of charisma roll, unless you can explain to me why it wouldn't be. Yeah, I think, again, it's camaraderie. You're building off of a bond. Difficulty 3. The boost still carries over. Y'all have been very chill. Oh, I guess, did Quiz stop trying to put Truehouse in the bag? I'm assuming so. Okay.
Yeah.
Then yeah.
Yeah, she asked him to stop.
They're maturing. Our characters are maturing.
Just this whole time. The idea that this whole time Quiz has just been like, also, please get in this bag.
2 successes.
Just straight flat?
Nice.
Straight flat success.
Okay, then Truehouse is going to say,
unfortunately, I have not heard of any weaknesses of Meurgic that you probably don't already know, that they have personality arrays, that they are unpredictable.
Yeah.
That's about all I know as well. I do know that if you are attempting to defeat or to kill Meurgic, I only know of one who has killed a spirit before.
Yes.
Trouble is all ears, and I don't just say that because he has big ears from when he was a fumble.
Well, that's Heinous Pentis.
Okay.
There was not a lot of spirit deaths in the Spirit War, and so Heinous Pentis, he got it down.
Eloise looks at Grorg and says, "So your dad killed a heinous beast. Am I saying that right? Is it heinous?
Yeah. Just a little more in it, but yeah, heinous, yeah.
Heinous? Is that?
Yeah, heinous.
I feel like that's too much. Anyway, yeah, your dad killed one.
Yep.
So did he meet heinous?
I don't think so. I mean, he did describe when we get to Garca, he will probably tell the whole story from top to bottom because he loves telling the story. He does describe it as a spiritual experience, and so I guess I don't know if he meant that in like a religious sense, like, wow, this was really enlightening, or if he met the spirit Heinous. But I mean, I guess if anyone were going to be able to meet Heinous, he would be the guy who probably could do it.
Wow.
John says, hold on. Could we just talk to Heinous Pentis? Like, this is...
Great question.
We are talking right now.
Yes.
We have talked to spirits before.
Yes.
Maybe this is too forward of me, but can we just talk to Heinous Pentis? Like, can we just go talk?
I think Trujas says,
You have spoken to many spirits, as I have been told, but not all of them were as easy as I am. For Neener, you had to go to a different city. Baz Al Ghul was buried deep in a cave. Heinous Pentis, he is, let's just say, on a very big time out from what he did during the war. And the only one who is able to speak to him is his second in command. I have not spoken to him since.
Okay.
Could Raynor possibly make like a lore roll, or I would love to know, if I remember, how long ago the war was supposed to have been.
yeah, give me a lore roll.
With disadvantage because you didn't go to library.
I'll be willing to accept those terms.
Yeah, I'll give you one disadvantage. Difficulty 3. I think the time isn't going to be that forbidden of knowledge.
And then I'm throwing on 3 difficulty and 1 setback. Is that correct?
Yep.
That means a failure, but 1 advantage.
Okay.
So I don't know.
So you don't know the years of
right.
Was it 100 years ago, 1,000 years ago? You don't know.
Right.
I'll give you, with an advantage, you maybe heard in passing from your dad or from the reader, just from someone else talking about this, that the Spirit War ended when the Elven Empire was formed.
Right. So I don't know, I don't have a ballpark of how long ago it was, but I know it must have been at least before all of our countries and societies,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
So It's been a long-ass time.
Yes.
And all of that time, Heinous Pentis has been, banished. Damn, okay. Raynor is going to ask, terrified of what the answer is going to be, okay, so who is his second in command?
Well, that's simple. There are only 5 of us. And if Heinous Pentis is on top, beneath him is the greatest warrior in all of the Orwelf jungle, the Spirit Heinous.
Oh boy, this is concerning. I don't know why, I'm just feeling very nervous about this, yeah.
So, hold on. I'm putting dots together here. So what I'm hearing is, in order to fight Meurgic, we need to know how to kill a spirit. Only one who's done that is Heinous Pentis. And the only one who talks to Heinous Pentis is Heinous.
Right.
And it sounds like our best way to talk to Heinous is by talking to your dad. Is that correct, Rourke? That's what I'm picking up.
Well, hold on. Let me try this again. I think I know where this is going. We can't just talk to Heinous. You don't have like a saki-talkie. Like you can't just go get him. Like we can't just go with you to talk to. Like
they're incredibly handy. Yeah.
Like this seems very like roundabout to like go do it the other way. Like we're talking to you now. You know what I'm saying? Like. This seems more straightforward to just be like, hey, let's go talk to them, you know?
Yes, you are a very practical man, Mr. Bismarck. You could just talk to him.
I did not give you my name, but...
Oh, I know who you are.
That's terrifying.
I'm a spirit.
Yeah, is it weird that I'm kind of getting used to it? Yeah.
We know lots of things. You just happen to talk to the dumbest ones first. Do not judge us all off of Banus. He is an insult for a reason. No,
So just to be clear, you're not upset that I bit him?
Not at all. No. No one is.
Weird.
I think Banus has forgotten.
Oh my god.
Literally no one is mad.
Wow.
If you were to bite me, that'd be different, though. Don't. I'm
not gonna do that, no.
Good. No, I see your point, Mr. Bismarck. And let me just say, your name does precede you. If you were just to go talk to Heinous, I don't know if he would do what you want him to do. As in, let you talk to his boss, my boss. You need to have some way of gaining his respect. And I think having a heinous slayer with you does bring some jungle cred with you.
Oh boy.
Complicated, I know, but I think that is what I would recommend.
This sounds like the kind of thing where, hypothetically, we could find another way of getting his respect, but it also feels like right now our easiest bet would be talking to Gorg's dad, right?
Yep. Probably the easiest way to do it.
I think Raynor might ask, so, the Heart of Anima, do you know if... How to ask this in a way that doesn't sound very game mechanic, you know?
How do we win? Next quest.
How do I win the game? Last quest, what is it?
Is there a way we can defend the Heart of Anima, or a way we can prepare for someone coming to attack it?
That's a great question.
I feel like it is fair if Truehouse does not give us something helpful here, because she did kind of say, like, yeah, this is all I got in the earlier question, you know?
Yeah.
So I will not be heartbroken if we get nothing from this.
I'm not going to have you roll this one because I don't think Truehouse does know.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I think she's just going to say,
I'm sorry, I'm not sure. I know that the Heart of Anima is very valuable, and if Meurgic does succeed in this, it's going to be a big problem. I mean, I remember when the heart was moved for the first time. That changed many dynamics, so even a slight adjustment will have large ripples all over the world.
We're talking Knight's Quest 7.0, guys.
We're talking about no Knight's Quest.
We have to go get new dice again.
Yeah.
We just have giant bags of poker chips or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's those weird roleplay twister dice.
Oh.
Rub face on floor.
So I think Truehouse says,
as a final word of wisdom for you, I know that Meurgic is currently not speeding over to the Heart of Anima, but as you all know, his mood can change on a dime. And so I would simply ask...
What's a dime?
It's a small type... It's a small seed in the jungle. A very small seed.
I don't know what I expected.
So to turn on a dime means it's a very quick turn.
This is true. This is a fact. This is a very well-known fact.
So anyway, what I'm saying is, I've noticed you are casually walking through the jungle towards your destination. Might I ask, for the sake of all of us, you hurry up a little bit.
Got it. Yep.
Sure.
Makes sense.
Not to force any urgency to the plot, but
Nice.
hurry the fuck up.
Damn it.
There is a world-ending doom going on, so
Yeah, I guess we probably haven't taken any fast-paced days yet, have we?
no.
Shoot. Oops.
No, I was just kind of going off whatever pace you guys wanted. And you giving me a chill vibe, so we're doing a chill vibe. But I guess
we want to keep our stamina up and keep our spirits up. We're trying to make sure we're still healthy.
Oh, of course, I'm not saying burn out, but I am saying, be aware of it. Think about it maybe a little bit.
And in typical Knight's Quest
Self-care
fashion,
is important.
the conversation has devolved. We have started at once again acknowledging in reverence this majestic spirit and speaking with honor, and we have devolved once again into conversational stupidity.
You know what? No,
of every fucking time.
I'm gonna retcon it. Ready for this?
Okay.
Druha says,
I don't know if any of the other spirits have spoken to you about this, but you all have a very calming demeanor. You just make it so approachable just to talk with you. Like we're equals or something. It's just, we can chat. I don't know what it is. I have not been this relaxed
well, anyway,
in
I've
days.
got some shit to go do.
I do have things to do, yes. I gotta go find Duhas.
If we are able to find Heinous, how should we act? How do we be respectful for the greatest warrior in the jungle, or however you say it?
Well, there's 3 steps.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Yes.
Here we go.
Of course there is.
There's gotta be three specs of respect. Yeah.
Number 1, do you know your fighting stance?
Eloise gets in her fighting stance.
Very good.
She's ready.
Very good. What's number 2? Number 2 is don't. That's it. That's number 2.
That's number 2.
Don't.
Number 2 is just don't.
Don't. If you're thinking about it, don't do it.
I feel like that rule is more for Quiz than
That's
anyone.
for Quiz. That's for Trouble.
Amazing.
That's for Leroy. That's for Jonathan. That's for Grilda too. Don't. And number 3 is show your self-respect, but not too much. But not too much.
Of all of the rules that we have made in this, these more so than any others literally sound like they were being made up on the spot.
I love it so much.
That's because
It sounds like Trucas was like, how do we be respectful? Like, you know what?
Yeah.
Be good to yourself, right? Yeah.
Yeah. You should take care of yourself.
Rule 1 is be ready to throw down. Rule 2 is the word don't. And rule 3 is take a me day.
No, not like
This
that.
is amazing.
That's like the equivalent of be soft but be ready.
I'm more mean when you are facing this terrifying, and he is terrifying, formidable force of combat and hunting. Be ready to fight. Don't do that, but still have the demeanor of I can hold up myself.
Right.
But I also understand who's in charge here. That's what I'm trying to convey with all 3 of them.
Gotcha.
I think that makes sense, yes.
It is like carry yourself with dignity is a great thing to keep in mind, but it is also very rife for making fun of it. So I was just all of the 3-step plans are always good on this show. Fuck.
there's been a lot of them.
Avoid persecution.
Yeah.
I hope you have found my words to be helpful.
Yeah, kinda.
Okay, very good. Well, I wish you all the best on your journey. Again, be quick about it. And I will see if there's anything else I can do to help you. Maybe we'll see each other again.
I think I can safely say this for the first time so far since we've been in this jungle. I agree.
Brilliant. Very good. Okay. Well, enjoy the rest of your day.
And True Haas claps away. Yeah. And the shimmering field kind of fades.
That was so much more amiable than the other two.
Yeah, that one's my favorite so far.
We actually left on, good terms. Yeah.
I think Grorg, he's been silent throughout most of this for a reason, because he's kind of been just in, shock. He's like, wow, guys. Wow. Can you imagine? Wow. And then he, turns to Eloise and he goes, wow. You did great. Wow. That's all I gotta say. This is incredible. This was a day.
Yeah, I think Raynor's talking to Eloise. I think you really impressed her. Yeah. I was nervous about the idea of killing one of these things, but I guess that was good, actually. Yeah, she was, really into the idea of us killing her animals. That was kind of strange to me.
Yeah, I have to agree. I think that's one of the hardest parts of orc culture so far that I've had to just put into perspective is that the animals want you to kill them.
Yeah, I never.
But hey, I mean, no more guilt, I guess. But
I never really sat down and thought about it. It just had an internal logic, and Gota's like, yeah, right. It was just, if you want to respect me, you gotta kill me. That's. I just wanted. It was, yeah, it just made sense. Oh yeah, of course. But now that you say it that way, you go, wait, hold on. So, I mean, I guess I'm not a member of this religion anymore. So I can ask these questions. It's fine. And Grota's like, I think you could have done it before as well. I think that was fine. Right. No one was saying you couldn't do that.
I mean, I guess every culture has weird stuff that you don't notice until you leave. Is that a thing? Is that a human thing? Orc thing? Maybe?
Yes,
I don't know.
Yes, no, that's a thing. I have realized there's a lot of problems with my culture. No one liked me. That was weird, right?
Oh.
Just group shunning in general. It's a bad time.
It has to be just my culture thing. It can't be my family. That can't be the reason why they don't like me. It's because...
Oh my god.
Right?
Moving on from that, not to put too much of a point on this, but who's setting the pace? Because I think we gotta. Apparently, we gotta move.
Contractually can't set the pace.
Rainer sheepishly raises his hand and he's like, I mean, I guess we gotta go faster than before. Let's do it.
Gotta go fast.
Jonathan just kind of pats Rainer on the shoulder a little bit, okay, buddy, I appreciate you. Thanks for saying something.
And then we power walk away. Because we have to be going faster than before.
You all finish I think maybe you set up camp here in this nice little bouncy field, and the next day you set a rushed pace, which, yes, we've gone normal, leisurely, rushed has been our rate so far.
Okay, yeah.
So we can't do anything now.
Correct. Not on this day.
We don't, not
this day.
Not conversations either?
Nope. Just a D20.
Yeah.
Just a D20, Jamie. And that might be a nothing either. It depends on what you roll. Or it could be meet True Haas.
I gotta reach way across the table. 4 shall be the number.
Okay, so this will be great. We can actually do this whole day. You power walk through the jungle. But today is actually your first day experiencing some good old-fashioned rainforest rain.
Oh, okay.
From the moment that you wake up, it starts drizzling, but within about the hour of you tearing down camp, it turns into a heavy rain. I mean, it is... Okay. There's no way to be dry. I think you guys even asked Grilta, what do we do? And she just says, you just go. There, you can't
just be wet.
You just be wet and hope you packed all your dry things good enough.
Right.
I think maybe she gives you some tips on how to do that. That's part of the experience. But yeah, it's just a wet day.
Now we are the mud crew.
Yeah, it is rainy, and it rains all day with no signs of letting up, even into the night. And so it's a little miserable sleeping through the rain and walking through the mud.
Trouble has never felt rain on human skin, and he's just like, this is awful. Oh, good. Oh, this is how do you deal with this?
Me and Trouble have a lot in common.
For Grog, it's honestly super nice because he's been traveling through the desert and through non-rainforest for a long time.
Yeah.
And I think there's a moment where he's like, yeah, I kind of miss this. I mean, it's cold and sucks, but there's like a familiarity to it. And I think that's the only thing during the day is he just passes the day by sharing stories of games that they would play in the rain, of things that he would do as a kid. Grilta will pipe in a couple of times as well. They talk about, mudsliding and Mud Pass, which is a game that they'd play that I will make up later. That's how you pass the day.
Now, Nathan, I have a very important question. How much of Quiz is dry?
How much of Quiz is dry?
How much of Quiz is dry? Because he's got his brim on his hat and he's short.
Let's just say the hat keeps the top half of his face dry, but the rest of him is wet. So there's a little bit of a wind too. Not a ton, but
of course.
Enough. It's mostly straight down. It is mostly straight down, yeah.
Here's my question quick. Nathan, that was really beautiful, and I don't want to take any of that away from you, and I would never, because it was great world building and character stuff. But it also did sound like a conversation. So can some characters talk at least a little bit? I feel like we just did that.
Nope, next day.
God damn it.
You really walked right into that one at a rush pace.
Man.
You could set a normal pace for the next day, and that's how...
You just shamed me for doing that. You had a god character come in and tell me to hurry up.
Listen, you could do whatever you want. You're the hero. Fuck me, If you want to take a normal pace, take a normal pace. Don't be peer pressured by spirits. My goodness.
Who's setting the pace? Yeah.
Sounds like you want to set the pace.
It sounds like Rainer wants to set the pace.
Sounds like Rainer wants to set the pace.
What I'm hearing is that Rainer is really horny to set the pace.
Trouble is the one who wants to set the pace, actually. Yeah.
All right, then what does he do? Does he do normal?
He's gonna set a normal pace.
Okay, normal pace.
Do you want me to roll?
Yes, I do.
All right. That's an 11, my dudes.
Okay. I think we'll have the event happen at the top of the day. It's you all wake up to the sound, the unmistakable sound of tromping as a herd of Bainai right into the little dry clearing. You had found a refuge under a tree.
Good.
But you wake up to the tromping.
Eloise turns to the group and goes, anybody who has it?
Oh, take their turn?
Yeah.
Huh.
Leroy's gonna give it a shot.
Nice.
And fuck it, Abil. Abil's gonna do it too. And if they do, I'll give them experience points.
Nice. All right.
Because, Abil has a weapon handling of 1. So this is going to be a close roll. He has to roll 1 green and 1 purple. So
you know what? Quiz is going to do it too because he has a weapon handling of 0 and he could...
Really?
He should have a...
Yeah.
Oh, does he actually?
Yeah,
Wow.
because he doesn't... He's a wand. He's magic. He's rings.
We didn't give you... I feel like he killed a... I feel like he killed a Banus.
Did he?
Oh, he might have. He definitely tried to kill one with a stick. I remember that.
Okay, well, Abil goes in to kill the Banus.
Oh, no.
And as a result, it's just 1 disadvantage. So he misses... I'm not going to scare off all the Bainai, but I think he tried to go with his quarterstaff. He's like, yes,
Okay.
I've got it. I have my weapon now, and I'm going to kill... This little piggy guy is going to be great. And he goes for the kill. I think it's going to give a disadvantage to Leroy, is what it's going to do. He startles them. He startles all of the Bainai. So sorry about that, Leroy.
Even though they're oblivious?
Right.
But they're still animals. They'll still flee. He goes for the attack and now they're just meh. And and they're leaving.
Their fleeing is exactly the same speed as when they came towards us.
Oh, sure, yeah. Now Leroy has a 2. Oh, what is his weapon though?
His quick wit.
He's gonna use Abil's quarterstaff. He's gonna grab it real quick.
Love it.
Because he has a proficiency in staff. I don't know where that came from, but he has it.
Oh. Damn.
So maybe I don't know. Leroy might get a kill. Leroy might get a kill here, folks. Yeah. That's just 1 success.
Hey!
So
He did
Leroy kills a Banus. He's like,
I did it.
The one where
Yes.
Leroy kills a Banus. Yeah.
So I'm going to give him killing a Banus. Good job, Leroy.
Quiz is going to retrieve his spear out of Christopher
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
try and kill a Banus.
Okay.
Nice.
I will say you can't have a weapon handling of 0. It is 1,
Okay.
because otherwise you would roll no dice. And that's,
Yeah, that could be
I
trouble.
guess.
That could be difficult.
you could never succeed unless you got a bunch of boosts. I guess boosts would be the only way to help you.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a difficulty 1, and you're rolling 1 green dice.
This is the least amount of dice I've ever rolled.
Yeah. It's pretty straightforward, unless anyone's helping you.
It's like Yahtzee.
Straight success.
Straight success.
Love that.
Advantage and disadvantage cancel out.
Wait, but was there a leftover success?
There was a success, an advantage, and a disadvantage.
Okay, great. Perfect. Whew.
Yeah.
So yes, mark down. Yeah, that's also a point of experience for you. Because that's like your first... No, that's not your first kill. You've definitely killed things.
He's killed before.
He's
That's
killed
true.
before. But I think moving up on your orc rank is worth an experience point.
I also think that most of those kills were by conquest.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fair. Yep.
So does that go under weapon handling, or
Yes,
does that go
yep.
under strength?
Weapon
or?
handling. That's weapon handling.
Okay.
I guess Raynor feels like he should... Like, having an orc rank of Banus could be marginally more helpful in his interactions with society than having an orc rank of nothing, you know?
I mean, if they're all going to be like the fucking magistrate.
Right.
Yeah.
So I guess he does reluctantly feel like he should. Have we said that the buttercup is like something that could be swung to kill an animal?
Yeah, you could.
All right.
You'd roll, bash.
I guess I'll just do that, right? I mean,
Yeah, that'd be a bash attack.
okay. He doesn't feel like great about it.
It's a difficulty 1.
Yeah. Luckily, my weapon handling is 3.
Yeah, you have the best odds out of all the people who have just tried. Now, Jamie, why are you giving me this look? Jamie.
See, there's good news and there's bad news.
Okay, let's...
As usual.
The good news is I got 3 advantages. That's pretty great.
Sure.
As you may have guessed,
No successes?
none.
Okay.
And 2 failures.
I don't want to do this, but this would be
I fucking tried to kill a Banus, the dumbest creature in the animal kingdom, and it just didn't work.
You just couldn't do it.
You
You couldn't commit. I think that's what it is. It's not like you
That's fair.
failed.
Yeah.
I think it's more of Raynor just like he intentionally didn't go fast enough. He intentionally like held himself back. Like he just couldn't kill the Banus.
Raynor is the guy who like cried as a kid when he had to kill a spider, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's Raynor for sure.
But what would be the 3 advantages from not?
Yeah, right? It's weird.
I guess. Okay, I'll give you this.
Yeah.
I mean, you could still try again, and so we could have it be that you then just get a boost towards it, and then the other 2 advantages are you can try again.
Okay.
Or I lump all 3 of them together, and the Spirit Banus shows up. You pick.
No.
You cannot do this.
God, now that you've said that, I want to.
Your choice.
No. I have the power to make this scene happen if I so choose.
You do.
Like, it's Banus. Banus was a legendary character, and it was so much fun. I think we gotta.
Okay.
If I have the choice of whether or not to bring back the spirit of Banus, I guess I'm doing it, yeah.
Then here's what happens.
Oh my
You've
God.
all woken up. A herd of Bani tromp through. Everyone goes for the kills. Raynor takes out the Buttercup shield, and I think maybe you do go for the hit, but like you clonk him on the forehead, and it's not enough. And the Banus, instead of running away, looks up to you and goes, "That hurts."
Oh.
And he just like stands up, and the shimmer shows up, and everyone's just like,
you goddamn kidding me?
Everyone's like, again, 2 days in a row? Like, what's going on?
Quiz starts to walk forward with Christopher open.
And then Banus goes, "Oh, hey guys. Hi. How's it going? I'm Banus. Hi." And Gorg's like, "Hello, Spirit of Banus. It's definitely less mesmerizing after you've met Truhas." "Oh, you guys met Truhas? Oh, that's cool."
We did. Yeah.
Quiz is like nudging his foot with the bag, like, come on, get in.
You know what? Roll seduction. Fuck it.
Okay.
Difficulty 1.
I also really want to ask this in character. Quiz, why do you want... What are you... Why?
You know what? This could be the best thing in the world, actually.
Trust the process. That's boys.
Uh-huh.
Boys.
I mean, it's a difficulty 1, so...
Difficulty 1.
Boys.
I'm on the edge of my pile of cushions.
I forgot.
Yeah.
That is a straight success.
Oh, no. And that, listeners, is how Quiz put Venus in a bag.
Hey, Questies, it's me, Nathan. Thank you so much for listening to episode 25 of season 3, the first one of the new year, episode 101. Man, it's good to be back. I hope you enjoyed us being back, because we're glad to be back. We're glad to be back with the content. And here's some announcements for you. A fun one. Longtime listeners of our announcement section will know that we love to promote the show Fanimated that our friend Kelly is on. Great show. Great show. And another reason why you should listen to it is because the latest episode that came out on Fanimated about the road to El Dorado features not just Jake, not just Jamie, but also me. It's my debut premiere on Fanimated. So go check out that episode and, of course, the entire show Fanimated. If you don't know what it is, haven't heard about it yet, listen to this little promo about the show.
Hey there, my name is Kelly and I'm the host of Fanimated, an animation fan podcast where we get a chance to geek out about our favorite animated media. Every single week, I'm joined by other huge animation nerds to explore the characters, plot devices, and technical artistic feats that bring our most beloved stories to life. Some of my personal favorites are Steven Universe, The Legend of Zelda, and My Hero Academia, all of which we've discussed in length on Fanimated. Join us as we celebrate film, television, anime, and video games from animation studios all over the world. You can find Fanimated on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and more with new episodes every single Tuesday. I'll talk to you then, so in the meantime, stay tuned and stay animated.
Can't recommend it enough, not only because we're on it, but also just a great show made by our great friend. So check it out if you want to listen to that. If you want to listen to more Knight's Quest related content, well, then I've got a way for you to do that. See, if you head over to kqpodcast.com, click that little button that says Patreon, or maybe you go to patreon.com/KQ Podcast. Both of those get you the same place. You can become a patron supporter. And if you give at the Meurgic tier, you will be getting a bonus episode of Knight's Quest every month. We've already got 2 of them out. First one was An Extra Nighttime. The one that came out in December was an episode of Jamie and me exploring some of the burned shards, investigating the slippery one in Costerine. Ooh. And the episode that's going to be coming out this month, probably next week, is of us learning more about King Genshin, the Double Fool, through like a Sunday morning cartoon, Magic School Bus style. So it should be a lot of fun. We had a blast recording that. So patrons, you can look forward to that. But if you're not a patron, consider joining us, supporting. Again, if you don't got the money, we understand. Completely are happy with you listening. But if you want more content, you want to support the show, head over to kqpodcast.com, click that Patreon button. And of course, while I'm talking about patrons, I got to give a big shout out, a big thank you to all of our patrons for their support, and particularly a shout out to our better tier patrons, Lauren Grace, those dang high elves again, Mike and Lowell, long may he reign. Thank you for your support. We're so glad to have you guys here making this show better. This is bad. Okay. The next episode that we got coming out for you on the main feed will be in 2 weeks. That's January 28th. And again, it's just going to be another great episode. Another great episode for you. So, that's all I got to say. Again, hop on over to our website, geekapodcast.com. Hop on over to the Facebook, Knights Quest Podcast. Head on over to the Reddit page, too. Come on, we got to bring some more life there. I need more memes on the Reddit page. Come on. Or r/Knights Quest Podcast. So, hop on over those places. We'd love to see you guys engaging. And let's move into this next year with some good Knights Quest stuff. All right. May your place in his story belong. I'm going to bore you with all the minor rule details that have changed, but I'm going to highlight the big things so that you can follow along at home. The biggest thing we've added is the characters now have...
delete that. That was completely involuntary.
The funniest part about that was that you hadn't even finished the word before you were already like, delete that. Nathan, if you don't include this in the bloopers, Nathan, I know where you live. I'll beat you up if you don't put this in the bloopers.
Something has never become the blooper that fast as that moment.
It's going to be like a 2-minute long blooper on this episode. Oh my
It's just gonna be Jake laughing and crying. All over his big dick.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god. Wow.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay, I feel like that was a good warm up.
Yeah,
we're ready to record
I needed
Knight's
those
Quest.
giggles out.
I am cognizant now.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Now I have to try and say it again.